What's going on, guys? Creative Poop here, bringing you a team deathmatch on Interchange, and this is a 26-3 MOAB Bale gameplay, but I'm not here to talk about gameplay. Now, initially, I didn't want to start commentating over Call of Duty until Black Ops 2 came out. It's been about 10 months since I've commentated over any kind of Call of Duty or first-person shooter game, so I was kind of nervous to get started. I really didn't know how I was going to go into it. But the other day I was watching a video from a friend of mine. His name is the Sapientio, and you'll be able to find a link to his channel in the description below, and there will also be a link to the video that got the wheels turning in my mind, because those are the kind of commentaries that I really like to listen to, things that make you think. And the topic of his video is as if you never existed, and this topic really resonated with me. And if you go watch the video, because there will be a link to the video in the description below, if you go and watch it, if you're in this situation, the video will resonate with you and it will get your wheels turning as well. So if you never existed, this was something that I was thinking of over the last couple days, and I was gonna wait to put this commentary out, but I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna talk about how I feel on the subject, and as if you never existed. So the roles of his original commentary are kind of reversed for me. With him it was his sister, with me it's my father. So I'm not going to be one to sit down and point fingers and be like, oh, you left me, blah blah blah, go fuck yourself. I'm not bitter like that. I have no bitterness towards my father at all. But the topic got me thinking, as if I never existed. So to him, do I know if I've even ever existed? Just because his actions have showed something to me that is different of my existence. It's pretty much I am non-existent to him already. So the last time I seen my dad was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I seen him for 20 minutes tops, and before that I hadn't seen him for about 8 or 9 years, I want to say. And now don't get me wrong, I didn't miss out on the fatherly son vibe. I didn't miss out on any father-son time or father-son anything, because I had a dad, and it was my stepfather, and he was a great role model for me and what to do and what not to do perfectly. And he taught me how to be a man and how I should be, and how I should conduct myself properly in society so that I can be a productive member and have a great productive life. So I've had a role model father-wise, don't get me wrong about that, but this kind of got me thinking, because I didn't really need my father, and it seems like, you know what, he really didn't need me there either, because I know, you know, we kind of both went on living our lives. It really wasn't like, oh, I miss you, hey, give me a call when you're in, here's a letter. It wasn't anything like that. I never really looked forward or was looking for any kind of contact with him. I've had that contact. I've talked to him a couple times over the years, and I've had that contact, so I haven't just oh, he impregnated my mother and then moved on with his life and it was like, fuck you, I'm out. It wasn't like that. My parents were originally married for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, because they got divorced when I was about 7 years old, and then I went and lived with my aunt and uncle before my mom regained custody of my sister and I, and then, yeah, and then we lived with my mother and my stepfather, which it was great. I don't have any regrets in childhood. I think that I had a great upbringing, and but it still brings me to the topic, as if I never existed. Now, is this something that does he think that I just don't exist? Because I've talked to him, and it's not really something that it's not really something that I care too much about. I don't care to talk to him. And I don't know if it's because of the relationship that he's put forth with me, and it's kind of I really kind of don't care, hey, what's going on? I'm on a first name basis with him. I don't call him my dad because he didn't raise me, just because I'm a product of his bloodline, if you want to call it. He is not my father. He is another man in the world to me, and I don't feel bad about that at all, and that's totally fine. I've never asked for anything from him in my entire life. I don't need it. I don't want it. I can provide for myself. But that got me thinking again, as if I never existed. And as much as my father never seen me, he didn't get the chance to really watch me grow up, and didn't really get a chance to partake in anything that I did in life. It got me thinking a lot. because I do have a daughter, and I've loved watching her grow up since birth. She's only 10 months, but every step, every day, I couldn't imagine not being there a day in her life to see what's going to happen, what she's going to learn, like what life lesson she's going to learn. Like, is she going to fall down? Is she going to touch something that's hot? Realize that it's hot, and you know what? Never touch it again, because, you know, that's fucking hot, and it burns. Or I've watched her walk, I've watched her eat things. It's amazing. The things that I've watched her do, I couldn't imagine. So, as if you never existed, just think about it. It's insane to me how someone could never exist to another person. Like, just the utter disregard is crazy. That's going to be it for this commentary. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you if you enjoyed my commentary. Thanks again.